You're good.
All right, hello. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. Time is gonna start on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Excellent, let's get started.
So we are going to be playing on the normal difficulty. This is a new save file, so it is new game normal. My name is Reclaimer. I have been speedrunning Bayonetta for about 2 years now. And I have Cap behind me as my commentator.
Some of you just saw me very recently. Hello, everyone.
Great Pikmin 4 run.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have been a longtime fan of the Bayonetta series, and I've been a community moderator and have been a huge fan of the series for a while, and I'm really excited for Reclaimer to show us what he's really capable of in this really cool game and in this really cool speedrun.
Okay, so you were seeing double during that cutscene. I'm playing as the character Jean. I'll talk about that shortly. Bayonetta is a hack and slash game, which means that combat is comprised of punches and kicks. I get to press and hold down the attack buttons to shoot a bunch of bullets from my hands and feet. And at the end of these combos, you're gonna see these big hands and feet. They're called Wicked Weaves. They're basically just combo finishers, and they deal quite a lot of damage. So the cool thing is, since I'm playing as Jean, she has a few trade-offs to be mindful of. When I throw out a Wicked Weave, it deals 50% more damage. If I take damage though, I take 50% more damage as well. So I do have to be a little careful. But the cool thing is, there is a mechanic in this game called Witch Time. It's basically just a trump card in combat. I move faster, my bullets do more damage, and I get to knock enemies around very, very easily. It's super strong, it's very satisfying. You'll see the screen go purple, and there will be a little clock hand on the center of the screen. I'll point it out when I first do it.
Yeah, so I mean, one way of thinking about Jean, just to you know, go off of what Reclaimer is saying, is one way of thinking about Jean is a more punishing character, but she's also a little bit more technically rewarding. So if you can execute her to the best of the ability, you are rewarded for it. And it's these rewards that Reclaimer is going to be using to go even faster than Bayonetta, strictly speaking, would be able to.
Yeah. There are some trade-offs, so like some of the early fights are actually a little worse, but that's okay. So these little humanoid angels that you see are called affinities, and right there in the background we have a sneak peek for a future boss fight, Fortitudo. The affinities are angels that you're going to see me like knock into each other. They're pretty weak, but they're really well designed. Jump over that tailspin really quick.
The enemy design in this game is just top tier.
Yeah.
You can never get tired of it.
Whenever enemies take damage, cosmetically, you see the damage that they take. And it does change the way that enemies interact. Certain enemies, when you like remove their armor, you can knock them in the air very easily. And we're almost done with this auto-scrolling segment right here.
All of the Bayonetta games start with a little bit of this lore dump auto-scroller. If some of you want to be reading in the subtitles, you've been getting a little bit of that. Yeah. It's such a Platinum Games thing. In this cinematic, we actually do see Bayonetta return very briefly.
You see the main character, Bayonetta here,
but
as you normally would.
But we will return to Jean very shortly. But with this auto-scroller sort of cinematic intro done, we can really get into the technical elements of the game.
All right, we're gonna skip some cutscenes and we're gonna move into the vestibule. It is a graveyard. Right now, we do not have the ability to do Wicked Weaves, so I'm gonna come over here, uppercut this angel, and perform the ragdoll technique. Punch, punch, and we grab them out of the air. And I'm gonna go ahead and knock them into walls and knock them into each other because it deals really good damage. The faster you mash, the faster you perform the ragdoll technique as well. Go ahead and grab this affinity over here. Also, fun fact, the affinities do have wings on them, as you can see. If you do enough damage to them, they lose their wings, they can't fly anymore. Angel introduction for decoration. I come over here, beautiful. By staring at the ground, they walk into your field of vision, so they get really close to you when they normally wouldn't. I'll go ahead and grab this affinity and knock them into the spawn of the decorations here. Killing these decorations frees up the spawn pool for these 3 affinities right here. I'm gonna go ahead and get Witch Time. There it is. You see that clock symbol?
Very nice.
Even the rain particles. It's so cool. All right.
Reclaimer mentioned the spawn pool earlier, and what that is basically some enemies won't spawn in until a certain number of enemies are defeated. So by understanding that, you can plan out which enemies to kill in which order to maximize the efficiency of this combat. You know, there's a lot of efficiency that Reclaimer is optimizing in this fight right now.
Ooh, knock them all into each other. And the bullets do ricochet off each other. That affinity next to the card just died.
Amazing.
Because the bullets ricocheted off all three.
Great efficiency. Nice job.
All right. We're going to be moving into a required tutorial where I have to perform 3 torture attacks. Pressing and holding down the punch and kick button to shoot all these bullets. My magic gauge just flies up really fast.
Yeah, so these torture attacks are basically these massive sort of generating this almost mash quick time event that does massive amount of damage to an individual enemy. And so this is a quick tutorial just to show that that is what you can use your magic for. And they're very cinematic.
All right, so in between every single chapter, we're gonna have a combo results screen followed by a little arcade shooter called Angel Attack.
142 is amazing. Yeah, 142 is very good. That's very nice.
In my most recent PB, I got a 141. Yeah. So
yeah, very nice.
Okay, very good. And here is Angel Attack. I'm gonna go ahead and skip this dialogue really quick. 7 inputs. Okay. So we're going to be moving into the first chapter of the game, and we're going to have our first chop trip, and you're going to see most of the combat of the run here. Okay, I do have something cool to show you. In this game, there's a technique called dodge offset. I'm punching and holding down the punch button while I'm evading. Kick, holding down the kick button while evading. Punch. That was a punch, kick, punch combo. The final punch results in a wicked weave. You see me doing it right here. So dodge offset lets you play really aggressive or really defensively while consistently getting off attacks for your combo. Animation pickup on this key here.
Another way of thinking about dodge offset in a general context is what it's doing is it's allowing you to dodge while keeping your combo string. So not only is it allowing you to continue these high damage combos, but it's actually allowing you to basically move around without sacrificing your total combo move. So not only is it useful to maintaining a combo, but it also becomes an important movement option. And there's that kind of mix between movement and combat is something that is a very common theme in Bayonetta speedruns in general and something that Reclaimer excels at.
Yeah, and I'm playing as Jean, which means that I can evade infinitely. Bayonetta can only evade 5 times, and then she'll hit an exhaust dodge, where she's locked out of movement for about 1.5 seconds. We go to the first shop trip of the run. The way that you enter the shop is the way that you're looking when you exit. So I did a pivot turn. I'm gonna buy a double damage consumable item, and I'm gonna buy the technique air dodge. Now I get to, you're gonna see movement mix up here. I'm just gonna evade while I'm in the air.
Yeah, that dodge movement is really good at giving you a lot of forward momentum energy.
And the bullets that you see me spray indicates that I'm pressing and holding down an attack button. Ragdoll this affinity. Angels now drop their angel weapon. Good RNG here on those attacks.
Oh, yeah, if you look at that specifically in Bayonetta 1, the angel weapons are very, very good. So getting those deterministic pickups of those angel weapons
kill this decoration here to create a spawn pull. This affinity drops right into us. As well as a few decorations. I'm using spin punch with my weapon on my hands. Ooh, didn't mean that one, but this is a very funny animation.
And done.
Goodbye. Yeah, spraying a bunch of hands for my bullets. Spraying a bunch of bullets for my hands, I just clear out the decorations really quickly.
Yeah.
I'm looking for this trumpet angel here. Hello. Knock him
there
in.
It is.
Wall did good damage. Trumpet. Jump cancel. Jump cancel. I'm just pressing the jump button in between using the trumpet. Introduction for the Angel Beloved. He has a weak spot on his back. I get witch time using the flail. He's dead.
This is a pretty good time for donations, right?
Not yet.
Oh, no, not yet. Okay, my
so
bad.
I'm a witch, which means I get to summon demons. That is the demon Gomorrah. I'm using my hair as a conduit. And he's very hungry, as you can tell. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this axe here and bring it to the end of the chapter. This record you see right here, I'm going to exchange that with the shopkeeper for shotguns. Okay, go ahead and kick this open. And we're going to have a flashback fight 500 years ago with Fortitudo. His accuracy is pretty bad. We'll see if he cooperates. He missed.
Yeah.
Missed again. Yeah, Witch Time, here it is. Look at the damage in the bottom right. He's just melting. Let's see if we can Witch Time again. Thank you. Like I said, playing as Jean, I have to evade to get Witch Time as soon as I take damage. Bayonetta can evade right before she takes damage. Do punch, punch, pause, kick on this beloved here as he climbs a wall.
There's a
Don't
common
forget,
theme,
Weaves do 50% more damage as Jean.
Yeah. There's another thing that I just want to point out where you saw that even though the punches and the kicks before the combo weren't landing and hitting the target because it's too far away, the weaves actually will jump to the locked on target. That's going to be a very common theme in this run where the weaves can hit at a longer distance than the normal punch and kick.
Yep. And that was a quick time event. That's an instant death if you miss it. Unfortunately, this game is from 2010, so a little bit of relic from the past. Using the axe from that previous fight, I get to kill the beloved at the bottom of the stairs, and we're at the top of that platform. The developers never anticipated you could kill him anywhere else, so really funny. And here comes Gamora. I'm gonna mash for this quick time event. So during a quick time event like that, I'm mashing the X button on my controller, as well as the E button on the keyboard.
Nice scream.
Thank you, Gamora.
Yeah, thank you, Gamora. Sure.
And hitting the right trigger there, I make all 4 of those medals load at the same time, which means the game deloads faster, getting us into this splash screen faster.
And that's chapter
Small little time save. That's a pretty good chapter 1.
Yeah, very good. Very nice. Nice work.
Okay. Chapter 2 is going to open up really quickly. I'm going to actually concentrate here. You're going to see me fight a familiar face. I'm going to be fighting Jean, and I'm going to try to do an infinite combo here. Margin of error is about a quarter of a second. Okay. Perfect.
Nice work. That actually is a hard. You wanna lock her, and she can not get locked if she wants to be mean. That was very nice. Very nice reclaimer.
For my personal best, that is a run killer right there.
Yeah.
So we're a witch. There's the moon right there. We get to walk on walls. See if I can get to this trigger. Okay, cool. Go ahead and kick open the door. Go ahead and get witch time. By activating that statue, a small little puzzle here. I press the X button, I evade, and here we are. Okay. So, I'm gonna let this cutscene play for just a moment. As you can see, I am cosplaying the character on screen. His name is Luca Redgrave. Scarf and all.
Yeah. Very nice. Nice cosplay. Very good.
He is a journalist, photographer, a loving cat parent, and a residential himbo.
So yes, he is an interesting character who bears a striking resemblance to our runner right here. So it's very nice. And the scarf is almost a perfect replica. So it's truly a really great cosplay.
Fate brought us here together, and it will never tear us apart.
Goodbye, Luca. All right. Go ahead and torture attack this flail affinity here. Camera manipulation. Almost got it. That's okay. Let's see if I can get them. Nice. I actually knocked him into that pole right there. Oh. Pick up this bow. Center myself. Staring at the ground, I deactivate the AI of any angels off screen that are not ranged. Such as that trumpet angel. A little bit of magic, torture attack. All right.
Clunk.
Tap taunt on the beloved here. That's okay. I'll go ahead and get witch time. We have the combo points on the right side of the screen. Using that flail, we get a massive amount of combo points. Ooh.
a big thing is where the enemies are spawning is actually not entirely random, nor is it entirely consistent. It all has to do with camera angle. So what Reclaimer's doing here is how he's using his camera angle and his positioning of Jean is determining where enemies are spawning in. And that's really important if for optimizing the fights. You know, where the enemies are showing up is something that we are actually controlling in real time.
Not entirely. You can manipulate just slightly.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I mean,
it
it depends on the
quite
camera angle,
random.
yeah.
That's more so in Bayonetta 3, to be honest. We
True.
have the Angel enchant, spin kick them, and knock them into each other. I grab the wall here to stall my position. Come up here, fall down on the cart in the sign. All right, using the bow, staring at the ground, I kill 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 enchants. Punch, punch, ooh, punch, punch, pause, kick. Gets him at the right HP threshold. He's not happy. He is calling for reinforcements. And a funny story about that, that is a double-edged sword. Quite literally. Punch, punch, pause, kick to kill him. His buddy just killed him. Like, he's gone. Tap taunt for enrage. There it is. Get witch time. And then combo points on the right.
The enemy of your enemy is your friend, I guess.
True.
Until he's not.
All right. And here comes Gomorrah. And we do not button mash on these quick time events, as it's actually slower because Gomorrah spends more time chewing.
Nice. Very good.
Okay. Pick up this record. That is going to give us the sword Sharaba. Good torture attack here.
Goodbye.
See if I get him at the wall here. Beautiful spin kick. He slid around it.
A slippery
Nice.
fish.
So doing a spin kick like that, low to the ground, I get to just knock him into the wall. Every time an angel hits a wall, they take damage. You hit him into the wall like 4 or 5 times a second doing that. I grab the angel weapon from the previous fight. Hello, Fortitude up. Let him attack. Use the staff. Massive, massive damage. Okay. We're waiting on the next phase to do damage here. Right about now. Bullets to the face. All right. Quick time event, which is an insta-death.
Nice. Very good.
And after the end of this chapter, we're going to open up into a very impactful shop trip. It's a good time for a donation.
Sure thing. We have $20 from Gala. Hey, Reclaimer. Hey, Cap. It's so good to see you both on the GDQ stage. You've
you,
worked
Gala.
so much on the Bayonetta runs and are incredible runners. Much love from the Gala gang back home, less than 3.
Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. Gala is great. An amazing action game speedrunner in her own right. Thank you so much for the donation.
Yeah. Gala's Sereni's 2020 Frame Fatals run is the reason I'm here right now. She
Yeah.
is my inspiration for playing Bayonetta and having speedrunning as a hobby.
Yeah. So
So
yes.
I would not be here today if it wasn't for that one run that I saw
Yeah.
when I was doing a casual playthrough of Bayonetta.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and go to the shop trip here. Shotguns, sword. I'm gonna buy double damage consumables here. The small ones are 15 seconds. The large one is 60. And the yellow ones are for invulnerability. I can't take damage when I activate them. I buy a Moon Pearl, which is a magic upgrade. I buy the techniques Stiletto, Tetsu Zonko, and Afterburner Kick.
The run is about to get a lot more crazy from here with those techniques being purchased, let me
Yeah.
tell you.
I mean, the game just changed. Okay. I put buffer in here. Activate the large one for double damage for 60 seconds. I'm going to use the sword Sharaba, press and hold the punch button to get off these slashes. Animation canceled it there, that's fine. And with the double damage item, I get to just kill these flaming angels that are too hot to touch. Doing a little bit of animation cancels here. And then lock on, that is a Tetsu Zonko. That was a insta-cast Wicked Weave for 3 magic. All right, I'm gonna fly right now. More on that later.
You see how fast he's moving here? That's because we've unlocked skills that allow him to really up his momentum, and momentum gets conserved in very cool ways in Bayonetta, so you're gonna see him move very fast from now on.
Yeah, we have the Angel Fairness. Punch, kick, punch. Punch, kick, punch. I'm gonna kill him without the sword. Goodbye. The sword does have a death animation that takes a little bit of time. Ooh, purple. Activate invulnerability here. I'm gonna grab that for safety. I lock onto a trash can and do a downward diagonal kick, which is called an afterburner, to get momentum like that. Do 2 here. Reset gravity. Then go ahead and come on the wall here. Hit this specific spot. Go
Oh, there we go.
left. Grab on this clock tower. The moon is out, as you saw on that side shot. Insta-death quick time event.
Nice. We have lived yet another quick time event, everyone.
You haven't played Bayonetta unless you've died to every single quick time event in the game the first time you see it.
Yeah.
All right, we have Fairness, Tetsuzanko, punch, punch, kick, evade, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch, punch, kick, punch. You get the idea.
Basically what's happening is you'll see that giant sword basically like shoot out, and that is what's using
Beautiful.
magic and doing massive damage. So it's basically like a ranged sword attack, and it's very, very cool. And you're not supposed to be able to do these things as fast as Reclaimer is able to do them. Everything can be canceled in this game, which means everything can be spammed. All right, let's see what number we get here.
At the end of this quick time event, I'm aiming for like 1900. But I'm gonna go into a small corridor, and then it's gonna open into a large lava lake. That is the best place to showcase the movement. That's a 19.
Nice, very good.
Okay. Don't forget pressing the X button on the controller and the E button on the keyboard. But the movement consists of using a jump for height, and I'm using a downward afterburner kick. For momentum, I'm using what is called the technique stiletto, which is a lunge, and I'm evading out of the animation. This is rhythmic. Let me concentrate on this one right here. Burn afterburner. I do 1 down for momentum, fall once. Beautiful. Okay.
Very good. That was good. Look how he's keeping his momentum. It's actually impressive, and it is not easy.
You
to
can do
this.
it alongside objects too. And you'll see me rocking my head. I am trying to match the momentum, or match the timing when I have to evade out of the stiletto.
And we're going to be coming up to one of our first Cardinal Virtue boss fights.
So for that movement, you can also use the technique Tetsuzanko if you have a light weapon, a gun, like Scarborough Fair, or the shotguns, and do that same kind of movement by just preserving the momentum you gain from the downward afterburner kick. That movement took me about 450 in-game hours to get pretty good at, and I'm still not the best at it.
I want to emphasize that these cancels and maintaining momentum require you to not lose it. You have to be very, you can't drop these inputs for even milliseconds. Otherwise, you'll lose all of this momentum. So it's very fragile, and the fact that he's able to do this consistently is an insane display of skill that is non-standard.
Okay, so the first phase of Fortitude there, I lock on with the sword Sharaba and do punch, kick, punch. And right now I'm waiting for him to perch. Activate invulnerability here. I get right at Fortitudo's head. This skips about 8 seconds of waiting for that breathing fire animation. You'd get witch time and platform, but that's slow. Come up here, grab his head, and throw him in the arena. So the combo points on the right side of your screen going up, 310, divide that number by 5, and you will know how many times I've pressed the QuickTime event button. That is 186, is that math right?
That sounds about right.
All right, Tetsuzanko, jump cancel right there. Beautiful. 3 ticks of damage. I come here on this seam. Get witch time. Spin kick. Shotgun's on feet. Look at that health bar. Land the Tatsuzanko to knock him down right here. And that is the end of that threshold in an instant. I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate something really fast. So this is a normal speed uppercut. You can animation cancel it by jumping. It's 3 times faster.
It's basically an insane DPS option. I want to mention, not many people, it takes a lot of really, really, really fast, complex inputs to get a lot of the stuff we're getting. In terms of how fast Reclaimer can hit buttons, there isn't much competition. This dude is a mashing expert, even among fellow speedrunners. To maximize the stuff that you can maximize, you have to be quick with your hands in this speed game. It does not reward you for dropping your inputs. So
okay. So what I'm doing right here is pressing and holding the top button. His halo turns red, and when I hit him, I'm going to be doing punch, kick, punch, and Tetsuzankos from afar. I gain more magic, which means I get to do more Tetsuzankos. Uppercut jump cancels here. Go ahead and jump over this attack. That's okay. Shotgun's on hand. He is gone. Grab this tail. And we're a witch, so I'm going to summon my little companion, Malphus. And Malphus is going to do the rest. Now's a good time for a donation.
Sure thing. We have $10 from a Pittsburgh native. Which time is which time? Is which time the time which requires timing? Also, this game is so good, it feels like Paradiso. Highly recommend.
This game's awesome.
Amazing.
I'm biased.
No, it's a great game. Casually one of the best out there for sure.
It is a video game, might I add.
Yes. Gaming.
So the next chapter we're going to go into is one of the most stressful ones. The most things can go wrong there. There's going to be 7 new enemy introductions.
Yeah. Yeah, chapter 5 definitely is putting to the test, but you know, there's definitely a lot of crazy stuff that you get to show off though too, so it's nice.
Oh yeah. The end of chapter 5, the movement changes again. For the better. Okay, here we go. Lock onto the decorations there with the Afterburner Punch. Tetsuzankos, beautiful. Introduction for Grace and Glory. I get a spin kick here. As we've established, when you kick an enemy into a wall or another angel, they take a massive amount of damage. I just blend them. I grab the red claws, which belong to Grace, and I get what is now a fraction of a record piece. Records are now in pieces. Skip that cutscene. Goodbye, Luca. Using a double damage item and the Grace Claws, I get to just annihilate Fearless and the blue one you didn't say for long, Fairness.
Yeah, very nice.
The other way around.
Keep your position up
Hold
there.
my position.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in a little silly, goofy mood right now. So I'm just going to make it nighttime.
Goofy.
Who's going to stop me?
Truly, time is our domain.
All right. The moon is out. We get to walk on walls. And I'm Jean. I get to infinitely evade, so I can hit terminal velocity here. Punch, punch, kick, evade. Punch, punch, kick, punch. Lock on, punch, kick, punch. Staring at the ground there, I actually manipulate Glory to get right next to Grace and eat 2 of those Wicked Weaves. Pick up the claws. Introduction for Harmony. They're like little manta ray angels. They're really cool, but they're not super fun to fight. Nice.
Oh, man.
Using a full charge Shiraba Slash, I kill them as they spawn and stack on top of each other. Record piece 2 of 3. Shiraba movement with Stiletto.
Those that wind snake can have really awkward patterns, so it's really easy to get caught in those.
I get enough height to hit that pressure plate. In Angel, Ardor, Grace Claws, double damage. Goodbye. I'm gonna go ahead and come here, grab this wall Shiraba Stall. Skip this cutscene and evade into it.
Look at the speed going down.
That's okay. Gravity is a suggestion. This is the Tetsu Zanko evade cancels right there. I can't use stiletto or the lock-on would make me fly towards the harmonies. Uppercut stall here. Shoot a bullet from my foot. That little chime noise you just heard was this vase being broken. We're going to use that bullet for angel attack. That's ammo. Right there was a low ground Tetsu Zanko with Shiraba. And then I use a quick jump cancel animation with a PKP, punch kick punch, to launch a Wicked Weave and just annihilate Glory. Get witch time. No time to waste. Downward, downward, up. Okay. Go ahead and break that. That is 3 of 3.
So basically, when we're collecting those vinyl discs, we're getting new weapons. So we've already gotten a bunch of new ones, but that one is a much harder weapon to get because you have to get 3 pieces instead of 1. But believe me, it's worth it.
Go ahead and knock this angel out of the air. It is an inspired, and he is gone.
Whoa.
Stall in the air. The perfect height here. Hang on.
A lot of secret of having these fast fights is using the angel weapons. The angel weapons are so good, and so you really just want to pick them up as you get them.
Getting the quick kill on the inspired there by getting up there fast enough and killing it quickly. We skip an entire minute animation from Malphus. You summon the bird, and the bird eats the worm. Okay, stiletto, afterburner, 1 down. Specific movement here. And I just fly out of the field of view of the camera. Sneak peek for a future boss fight. Temperance.
Although we'd love to fight him, unfortunately now is not the time.
Yeah.
So we gotta move.
Yep, Durga on feet now. AI manipulation by shooting that bullet. Okay. Ooh. I buffered that punch, punch, pause punch input between those cutscenes there. Afterburner kick. Ooh, yes. She actually afterburner kicked as soon as I planted a bomb from the claws on my feet. Okay, I skipped the cutscene. We can turn into a panther, but that is slow. All right.
Nice. There we go. That's chapter 5, everyone.
That was a really good chapter 5.
Yeah, that was solid. There's a lot of wacky stuff that gets.
My personal best chapter 5 ever has been 3 minutes and 50 seconds. So
yeah, so
I'm so happy with
still,
it.
409 is quite solid. Mm-hmm. Reclaimer mentioned this very slightly.
Angel attack.
Oh, yeah.
Using the center crosshair and the bottom line, that is where your bullets actually go. All of this is RNG. There's no set pattern or anything. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get 120. Beautiful, perfect.
Perfect, nice.
So I come down here and get a one-time use item, which is called a magic flute. It does a lot of damage to basically everything around you. We actually need that for one of the skips coming up.
I was gonna say a big thing about Durga, the weapons that he just equipped on his feet. I just want to give some context for what the viewer should be looking for here. Durga can also drop these really high damage bombs. So you're gonna see like these charge attacks coming from the feet on Durga, and what that is it's these gigantic bomb explosions coming from the Durga feet. And these explosions have a very large hitbox, and they have very high damage. So Durga is a very important weapon in the speedrun because it can really annihilate these enemies, like there.
Yeah. I'm just pressing and holding the kick button with Durga on my feet, and I drop these bombs that do so much damage. So I can turn into a panther. I will be using panther form to get momentum and then transfer it with either Tetsu Zanko or Stiletto evade cancel. Skip right here. Downward, downward, jump. Beautiful. Nice. That saves 90 seconds.
Nice, very good.
Tetsu Zanko's right here. Makes me hit that lever. And you see the momentum as I fling myself out of Panther form. Sets me up in the correct position to be able to drop Durga Bomb just in range. Knock him into a wall, kill him. Going up ramps like this, you can quickly re-enter Panther form. Go ahead and trip Grace here. Ooh, Glory. You're just bored. Kill Grace for the claws. Panther momentum, pick this up. Start the ground. Go ahead and get Grace here. Get Witch Time. Bye-bye.
Nice.
That double Grace and Glory fight is ridiculous.
Yeah. Grace and Glory, especially casually, are known to be very troublesome enemies.
Yeah. So below my magic gauge in the top left, you have a little child indicator and a little health bar. Right in the center of the arena, you see that little protective dome. That is for Cereza. She's a child who has lost her way. She's just trying to get home. And we're going to do what we can to be a responsible guardian and protect her. Beautiful. All right, go ahead and give you a look at her. We can go to first person in this game. Hello, little Cereza. She has her cute little kitty Cheshire. Okay. So, about being a good guardian, I lied.
We gotta go.
Protecting her is slow. We perform what is called the Cereza ditch and leave her behind with that beloved there. Goodbye. That saves 40 seconds. Worry not. She is right there behind us.
Woohoo!
Jumping into this portal, we go into Paradiso. Standing right here, these fireballs fall from the sky, and it's going to kill the Fearless in Fairness. Okay. Panther dodge offset. I get to store this attack through this cutscene there into a Tetsuzanko. It's hit once. It's going to hit again as soon as this cutscene finishes. Right there, do another Tetsuzanko. He's dead. Just like that.
Yeah, so these Tetsuzankos, just to remind people, are these really powerful weaves that are coming in, and they can strike the target from a distance. So Reclaimer can stand there and Tetsuzanko over and over again, and by using up the magic gauge, do massive amounts of damage from extended range.
Yeah, and the Tetsuzankos are a backward-forward punch input. You can cancel the animation by evading as soon as you cast it, or jumping. So the observant among you, that is a Halo. It's not us. So here we go again.
Excellent momentum.
Yeah, we're doing really good on time. I'm gonna let this cutscene play for a little bit because
It's a great cutscene.
I'm gonna have a dance off.
Yes, everyone loves this scene. It is just such a great scene in Bayonetta 1. I will say, of all the 3 games, my favorite scenes probably are in Bayonetta 1. I mean, there's just such a great dance. Like, for example, right here with the doppelganger dance off. These are the moments that really make the game run. While we watch the fun dance off, if there's a donation to be read, I think now's a pretty good time.
Sure thing. We have $10 from Supreme Judicator. I know it's late, but love seeing Bayonetta being run. Good luck.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
And then a quick $50 from Anonymous. Awesome to see Bayonetta on the lineup and getting taken apart in style.
Excellent
I'll
timing
skip it
there.
now. Ooh, Jesus.
A little bit aggressive to start. However, Durga solves all problems.
So this is an angel called a Joy. Jump on her head, reset her frustration meter, just so those Durga bombs actually land, because she can evade out of the bomb, but get hit by the kick. So let's get the heaven out of there.
Nice, very good. And that's chapter 6, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Nice Luca statue.
Yep.
So you're repping Luca, which is what matters.
That was intentional. Silver on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to have the Cardinal Virtue coming up. We've seen him before. Temperance.
Temperance, yeah.
Okay, let's see if we have good RNG. We do.
These are the uppercut cancels. A lot of damage in a short period of time.
Yeah. You have to let go of the lock-on button every time you press jump, otherwise it'll force you to do an evade. So coming up here on the arm, evaded a Panther, lock-on Tetsuzanko, punch, kick, punch. I do damage to this little sphere right there from that far away. And here we are. We summon Hekatonksher. Every single finger is a demon head. Very strong.
17, nice.
Oop. Almost at threshold there. Beautiful. Tap taunt. He gets enraged. See by that halo indicator. Tetsuzanko, punch, kick, punch. We get our magic back. And that is both arms.
For a lot of these boss phases specifically, it's all threshold based. So by being able to jump cancel and get a lot of the DPS raised far beyond what the developer imagined we could get, a lot of these fights become very different than what you're casually would be experiencing because there's these long phases that Reclaimer is basically shortcutting.
Yeah, and that is a lock-on punch, kick, punch into a Tetsuzanko. I'll do that 3 times for 3 cores. And on the last phase, it'll be against Temperance's head. I will do a technique called the Kilgore Exploit. It'll be 4 punches into a flurry of kicks. During that flurry of kicks, I switch off of Durga from my feet to the other weapon set, which has shotguns. And here is time to demonstrate it. Pay attention to the health bar on the bottom right. Punch, 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 punch. Kick. Switch weapons. It just evaporates.
Yeah. Wow. And down.
And then after that jump cancel, I evade backwards onto the ground to immediately hit this climax. And now's a good time for a donation.
Sure thing. We have $20 from Grimian. Says, stayed up late to watch Bayonetta. I'll donate another 20 if the announcer says Bayonetta in any of the start screen voices. And here's the thing, Grimian, I missed the start screen. Anyone on stage want to be able to help me out, maybe?
Bayonetta.
Perfect.
That's I do not have a gorgeous Bayonetta voice, but I can always do.
I'll do Luca.
Yeah, go for it.
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
Those were both wonderful.
Thank you.
That was about like 5 seconds off from like a perfect Temperance.
That was a very good Temperance fight. There's different attack patterns that Temperance can do, and that drastically will affect how quickly you can get through those phases. So that was a very good RNG on Temperance.
Diagonal evade, Tetsuzanko. I eject both of them off of the car. Magic flute. Punch, kick. Oop. Punch, kick. I use a Panther dodge offset in the air, which you're not supposed to do. Is he still alive? I'm just waiting for the Ardor to despawn.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Immediately, I skip this cutscene. I evade into the wall. This manipulates the AI of the Joys to try to get to me by teleporting. So they cluster really conveniently for me. She's evading. Whoa, you parried me.
Joys are annoying because they are one of the few enemies that are particularly known for being able to dodge and block attacks more than other enemies, so they can occasionally be frustrating.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they read your inputs, so they can just decide if they want to. Here we have Irenic. You never see them after this cutscene. Cars are actually made, canonically, in the image of Irenic.
And now we're on a motorcycle.
Time to go vroom.
Time to go vroom.
Open the menu, Magic Flute, Panther Form 180. If you've played this section casually, you can do this at home. We go to the finish line conveniently placed behind us. That saves at least 5.5 minutes. And we're done instantly. It's so cool.
Time to go vroom.
We have a introduction for the Angel Braves. You won't see it because we killed them too fast. If you leave 3 Braves alive at the same time, they will strike a pose from the Ginyu Force from Dragon Ball Z, fuse into a really large beloved. He's really quick. It's really hard to fight.
We never give them the chance, though, unfortunately. So we skipped that was Route 666, by the way. We did unfortunately skip the motorcycle section because of where they convened it, but you know, it's a very fun chapter.
Fortunately, we skipped it.
Well, fortunately for time, for sure.
So we get whisked away off of Salvation Highway, and we are brought to Paradiso. You're going to see a lot of similar imagery from what we've seen so far in the game, not too long ago. We're going to go for the last weapon we get during the speedrun, the Kilgore rocket launchers. Going to come over here and perform a skip. Down, down, up, down. You can do that in crow form, but
nice, great.
And to remind you, the momentum stuff that I'm doing it is perfectly rhythmic. If you do it too fast or too slow, you lose all of your momentum. Shiraba stall right here, gravity resets. So I have a public PSA. If you are in a situation like this, turn into a Panther, afterburner kick over the wall, and just jump over the invisible wall, fly to the bottom, and you're good.
Public service announcement, everyone.
And that is a quick skip. I'm trying to do as many quick skips as I can instead of using crow form, which is safer but slower. Okay, I'll be able to show Panther offset, really good way. Hang on, punch, kick, punch. Punch, evade, kick, evade, punch. Using that, I'm able to launch off a Wicked Weave pretty quickly while moving. Punch, evade, kick, evade, punch. Got him. Try to get him to line up there. I'm trying to do my best, like that, to manipulate the AI of the Grace, Glory, and Fairness, so I can cluster them and hit them with the Shiraba Wicked Weaves as good as possible. That was a skip right there. We have an angel that is very, very infamous, Kinship. An angel so unfun to fight, like that I just got grabbed. Lady Gaga tweeted about it in frustration.
Kinship.
They're like meat ships. I don't like them. Okay. Record piece 2 of 3. Spin kick. Let's go on a journey together. Spin kick with Durga on feet, for some reason, just makes you fall down so fast. Oh, I went too fast. Speaking of...
One of the only times you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and do this for safety.
It's a little bit slow, but you can concoct extra items. Again, it takes a little bit of time, as you saw, but it can definitely be good, especially for safety strats.
Turn to a crow. It's going to move underneath me. You'll see it like right here. Yeah.
There it is.
So I go down so fast, the game doesn't even like know where my location is, and it takes a while to catch up to me. Okay, here, Tetsuzanko, torture attack you. I want your flail. Punch, kick, Panther, jump, offset. Not supposed to be able to do that. That is the last record piece. the movement right. We have Golem, mini boss that we'll see twice during the run. Get Witch Time using the flail, double damage, and that is the first phase. Instead of climaxing, we do this. We deplete the health bar 3 times. Get magic right there as we wait. Bam. That saves about a minute. Normally you would have the animation from Hecatoncture just playing volleyball with Golem. It's really funny and worth your time to watch.
Yeah. Chapter 9, by the way. Yes, it's over. One thing that I want to just bring up, Reclaimers, it's been very apparent in the speedrun, but I think, especially if you were like a fighting game player, you might like think about canceling animations as like a way of increasing your damage, and goodness knows Reclaimer is doing that, but I think what he's done a great job of showcasing in the speedrun is you can use cancels and dodge offsets and like these combo continuers, not just to continue combos for damage, but also as movement options. So it's a really important positioning and damage tool, and I think the way that Bayonetta does it as a speedrun is very different from even other hack and slash fighting games.
Okay, this is a setup that I practiced 7 hours before I got on my flight here. I uppercut that 1 affinity, puts me in the perfect position to be able to hit 3 of those little cog pieces with the magic flute.
Amazing.
We're talking pixels here almost with how good the Goldilocks zone is where you have to stand. So as this zooms in, I jump off of it, continues the animation for me, which is really cool. Janky camera, as you can see. Hello, Harmony. Goodbye.
Lovely. Durga goes burr.
In a specific spot. We have a small variation of Fortitudo here. He's dead. Okay, lock on Tetsuzanko. Tetsuzanko, goodbye. We swat him out of the air. Hello, Mini Temperance. Kilgore on the feet, bye.
Just to remind people, that's the Kilgore glitch. So what's happening is a combo is being started with not the Kilgore, the rocket launchers, and then it's being switched to the Kilgore for like an extended damage sequence that you wouldn't normally get. So that is when we talk about the Kilgore glitch, that's what's happening, and that's why the DPS is crazy. It's non-standard. Pretty much nothing Reclaimer does is non-standard. That's a safe assumption.
That's boring and slow. Introduction to an elite variation of Grace and Glory. They are a nightmare. They disabled your ability to get Witch Time unless you have an accessory. But tripping, a little bit of cinematic camera there. A little bit of tripping and uppercuts. They don't have anything they can do against it.
Yes, very good.
So I'll show once again.
Luca.
Here I am. I am cosplayed as Luca Redgrave. The other one, he was wearing Lumen garments, so you can't exactly see.
That's perfect.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and skip that now. Go ahead and do a quick skip here by going out of bounds.
What happened to Mummy? She's busy speedrunning, sweetie. Don't worry about it. Because really, how would you explain this to baby Cereza? You know, It's hard.
If you actually want a tutorial with a hand cam and a controller overlay, I just put out a video. Also, 222 is insane for chapter 10. I just put out a video on my channel. I go by Reclaimer HVK on YouTube, showing you how to do it. If you're at home right now, you think this movement is cool, try it. It's very precise, I warn you. And you have to hold your controller kind of weird, like this. Index finger on the right bumper, middle finger on the trigger. But it's so cool. So this is the first boss fight of and only boss fight of the game where you can bring an angel weapon into it. There's a fight right before it. Head stomp the Ardor to reset his AI so he does not parry me. Bam. Go ahead and pick that up. All right. Jump, uppercut, cancels there. At every jump, I am letting go of the lock on, and as soon as I jump, I'm locking on again. I jump on what is basically the hairline of that tongue. I use a Panther evade into a Sharaba stall. By doing that, I maintain my position while the tongue extends underneath me, bringing me to the base of the tongue. For a quick kill, you can do it 3 times during this fight for 3 tongues. Saves about 8 or 10 seconds or so. Durgon feet, spin kick twice for speed. Activate double damage right here. 1, 2, 3. Flail to the face, double damage. Uppercut number 4. That is threshold. Okay.
That was strange.
That was weird.
It's okay.
That's fine. It'll immediately throw a rock at me now.
Yeah. The rock decided to be erased from existence.
I wanted to show you more of this fight with Justice.
Perfect.
Justice is really fun to fight, I won't lie. Jump on the hairline of this tongue. Jump to the base. Bam. I'm going to do a Tetsuzanko jump uppercut. Hit threshold. You need 3 magic to do that. All right, 2 of 3. Now's a good time for a donation as well.
Sure thing. We have a $20 follow-up from Grimian who says, perfect voices. Here's the other $20 as promised.
Thank you.
And $5 from the Crank Machine. $5 to help Cereza get the heaven out of there.
That's great. Top tier.
So this is the only quick time event in the game that I can think of that caps you off at 99, both combo point-wise and visual indicator. It's messed up.
Messed up, yeah. How do you know how many times you're pressing the A button? You can't.
I know.
Yeah, so that leap through the air, Reclaimer said this, but that leap through the air where Bayonetta, well, Jean in this case, I suppose, is moving very fast, again, that is canceled movement options. If you've ever played this game casually, you know that moving that fast and jumping down there, not a standard task. So there's a lot of movement and clever gravity games that Reclaimer is playing here.
So to finish up this fight, taunting for magic for the next chapter, Nosebleed, and we are going to summon Scolopendra. Also a good time for donations again.
Yep. It's all good. Texas. If there is another donation, there's a good moment to read it, if possible.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing. We have $50 from Marculio. Good morning from Norway. Love the show and what you all do for charity and the gaming community. Shout out to Norway.
Shout out to Norway. Thank you so much. And that is the cardinal virtue of justice, chapter 11. Not bankruptcy, don't worry. We're still out here.
Yeah. More donations is good right now.
Sure thing. We have $30 from Thunderbolt Gamer. It says, donating in honor of my grandmother who passed away 5 years ago due to cancer. Let's kick cancer's butt together.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Speaking of raising funds for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, Cap, do you want to go over the games list for the AGDQ bundle? That's
sure.
Live right now.
So because Bayonetta is being run right now, it is very prudent to bring up that there is a humble bundle on games that are being run at AGDQ right now, including, but certainly not limited to, Bayonetta. So right now there's the AGDQ 2024 game bundle, which includes Bayonetta, Borderlands 2, Celeste, Sprawl, Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, Astalon, Tears of the Earth, and Sonic Adventure 2. Buying any of these games, you can pay at least $10 for these 8 items. So there's a large bundle. You can get Bayonetta, this amazing game, for essentially $5. It's a huge steal, and the game has never been more accessible. This is the most accessible the game has ever been. You know, anyone can get it on their PC for $5. So this is, if you want to get into the Bayonetta speedrun, the barriers of entry are very accessible right now.
So we do go out of bounds on that plane. You saw it like glitch and like despawn. We go ahead and trigger a fight with Jean. We eject her off the plane. The game despawns her because she falls out of the map, and she's just dead. That's 3 health bars gone by using that tactic. We have little stowed-away Cereza. She is frightened, scared for her life, and here we are being a protector for her. Beautiful clump. Prepping bombs, just in case I get weird RNG, like him being right there. Jump as high as I can in the air, start my combo. Beautiful. Not done yet. Jump as fast as I can, puts a razor down. Panther, jump, evade, magic flute, last one of the run. We kill that entire swarm of harmonies immediately. And stiletto to the end.
Nice, very good.
That was a really good chapter.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, I mean, the out of bounds helps a lot there. I mean, there was an entire boss fight that's basically skipped. So, you know, it's huge. And yeah, 201 is...
That was like 8 seconds off my pass, I think.
Yeah, no, that's no... 801 is no joke. Sorry, 201 is no joke, especially for marathon. That's quite a good broken sky.
Okay. We're going to be coming into the granule deep and fighting Prudence. I'm going to have to concentrate here. Just know that I'm locking on with Sharaba and hitting these little shins, porcelain faces.
I'm going to let Reclaimer focus on this. This is actually one of the hardest boss fights in the game, so I'm actually going to let him cook here.
I got it. I'll wait on the next one for safety. Okay. Melee attack. Ranged. Okay.
Excellent.
So that saves 30 seconds. We summon Phantasmarini, the Infernal Spider. And we are going to steer Prudence into our little friend over here. So what I did on that first phase of Sapientia, you're supposed to break 2 kneecaps, 2 shins at a time. Sapientia will do a scripted dive attack. Try to like body slam you, come back, and then you break the other 2 knees. Doing that specific sequence by prepping one of the other knees really far away with the Tetsuzanko, getting witch time while breaking knee number 2, and then doing a punch kick punch combo on knee 3. I then jump, cancel, a Tetsuzanko with Onyx Roses in my hands, and I break all 4 knees at the same time. It is a massive time save. It is a run ender for me on my PBs. I'm so glad to be able to get it. So
yeah, it was sick.
Prudence has a scripted dive here. We get some cheeky damage in with a lock on punch kick punch. Concentrate here. So since you can jump cancel, what I'm doing is using a stiletto or a Tetsuzanko jump, but then doing an uppercut right after. Beautiful one dive on Sapientia.
Excellent.
This game does have a lot of hit stun on uppercuts, so I am intentionally using that animation for Tetsuzanko jump uppercut, and then I just rinse repeat because I land on the ground into another Tetsuzanko jump uppercut. You can do that for as much magic as you have, and hitting the enemy gives you more magic back, so it's a really cool feedback loop. So we skip that cutscene there with Phantasmarini. Sapientia Prudence has created this little vortex here. We're going to be fighting him from range, as you have seen so many times so far. Holding the joystick forward, not lock on, I'm doing a punch, kick, punch combo. And if you can see all the way down there, that little red core, he's dead. It saves you so much time from having to get close, up and personal. He's gone.
Yeah, I mean, Reclaimer has said this so many times, but there's a lot to keep track of, so it just bears repeating. A lot of the cool skips and sort of, it's hard to call it sequence breaks because it means something else, but basically these large skips of the animation are being possible because of the extended range of the weaves. Basically being able to hit the opponent from far away is able to get targets that normally you would have to wait to get instantly. You know, it's been mentioned before, but you know, there's a lot to keep track of in this speedrun, so it's worth being very clear on what's happening.
Yeah, and Phantasmarini is a loving parent to a lot of hungry children, and I would hate to go out that way. That is for sure.
That one's brutal. But that is the cardinal virtue of prudence.
Okay. It's a really good fight, so. Yeah. The fastest possible that I know of is 317.
Yeah.
So even waiting for a safety there, wow.
That was a very good run.
So good. So we're going to go into the last shop trip of the run. And we're going to go into a big section on a rocket, which is a homage to Space Harrier. Isla del Sol, Island of the Sun. So we just got Kilgore from Rodon, the shopkeeper. I'm going to stock up on purple lollipops, which give me magic. Buy a moon pearl. And I'll buy the last accessory, Celine's Light. If you have 4 or more magic, you get full duration witch time whenever you take any source of damage. So this is a 6-minute just section of non-stop donations if you want to.
Yeah, this is basically a shooting section that's an auto scroller. Platinum Games basically has one of them every single game. So this is a really good time, obviously to shout out a lot of people, but also if we can get some donations going too, this is a good time for them.
Sure thing. We have $50 from Anonymous that says, thank you, GDQ, for putting this event together every year. I have found so many great games and communities as a result of AGDQ and SGDQ. And a huge shout out to the runners as well. It's not always easy to perform in front of crowds this size, especially not in person, but y'all do a great job. Keep up the hype.
Oh, if I can interject really fast before I forget, Bayonetta 1 has not been at an in-person GDQ event since the very first AGDQ ever, back in 2011. It has been 13 years.
Yeah.
We do have Galasarini, who did her Frame Fatale's run.
Yeah.
But in person, it hasn't been showcased.
Yeah, at an AGDQ proper, this is a 13-year run back. So it's very, and the run has gotten so different and so optimized and so crazy since then. It truly is awesome, particularly at this point in time, to see Bayonetta come back when all of these movement improvements that you're seeing weren't like that even a couple years ago. So
here's a button mashing here.
Yeah, button mashing. No one button mashes like Reclaimer. As someone who's been watching him for the past couple days in person, it's unreal.
It's a technique. Anyone can learn it.
Anyone can learn it. He's just very good at it.
It's incredible. I'm sitting here at the host desk just in awe, Reclaimer. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, and I guess, it's just a good time for shout-outs, too. I mean, obviously, there's going to be some at the end of the run, but I also want to say, like, I've watched, obviously, just online as well. I mean, Reclaimer, I don't want to gas him too much up while he's still running, but he has put in a lot of these movement techs is stuff that he has found through his own curiosity and experimenting. So a lot of what you're seeing here is truly it's his brainchild through a lot of hard work, trial and error. And, there's a lot of people who've contributed to the overall skill floor, but, there's been a lot of not just skill, but curiosity on Reclaimer's end that's been led to this run being, 10 minutes faster, like not an insignificant amount faster, 10 minutes faster in an hour and a half speed run. There's been a lot of really cool optimizations, and as someone who's been a mod for the entire Bayonetta series for several years now, I mean, it's just been really cool. It's been really cool to see. There's just a lot of explosions and noise right now. If there's another donation, keep them coming.
Yeah, keep them coming.
Sure
we have
thing.
like 3.5 more minutes.
We have $10 from Floof, saying, shout out to the Bayo run. I love this game so much casually, and I'm telling my boyfriend Bunny about all the cool moments that we're skipping, but the crazy strats and movement tech more than make up for it. Keep it up.
Thank you very much.
We have $50 from Jay Devik that says, love the event. I watch whenever I can. Big appreciation for all the runners, staff, and hosts for making this event as great as it is.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. It's really awesome. You can see in the background right now the Ithavoll building.
Yep.
That is going to be where the next half quarter hour of the game is going to take place, at this nice Ethavol building. I just want to point out really how, how cool the different settings of Bayonetta are. Like even just in the last, in the last little bit, we've seen a lot of different locales and stuff, and it's really cool that Platinum Games, especially in the Bayonetta series, never skimp on the visuals. And so, this is I will say a classic Platinum Games like long shoot 'em up auto scroller. Luckily, it is the only one in the game, so you don't have to do this a million more times, but it definitely is always a good time for just continued ad-libbing and donations, whenever there's time.
Yeah, keep the donations coming.
Yeah.
Of course, we have $50 from Nicole Goodnight. It says less than 3. Thank you, Nicole. $100 from Dave. Always feels great to see AGDQ back again. Much love, and much love back to you, Dave.
Thank you.
We have $50 from Tiger Lily. My husband and I always look forward to GDQ. Thank you, runners and crew, for your hard work. Thank you, Tiger Lily.
Thank you, Tiger Lily. I also heard Nicole Goodnight in there. I gotta do a shout out to Nicole Goodnight. I believe she was my host for my Pikmin 4 run like 4 hours earlier. So thank you. You were a gracious host during my run. Thank you so much.
Keep them coming.
Yeah.
We have $50 from Helskalam. Again, AGDQ is already a blast. Hype for the rest of the week. Greetings from Germany. Well, hello, Germany.
Hello, Germany.
Hello.
It's getting to be a pretty good hour on for Europe. So if you're waking up in the morning in Europe, you have a nice little video game coffee equivalent, right, to get your morning started, for sure. Too many people to shout out, obviously, but one of the most prolific Europeans that I want to shout out, if I can, is Ace Krana. Ace Krana has been a runner of Bayonetta for many, many years, and we used to duke it out a lot, actually, in the Bayonetta 2 speedrun, but in general, he's been, one of the OG grinders and one of the OG experts of Bayonetta, who's still around today, and he's still innovating today, so...
Yeah, he just submitted a new PB today.
Yeah, he's just very impressive.
Yeah.
Any case.
Within the last week, we have had a new 2nd and 3rd place run for this exact category.
Yeah, it's crazy. People are running this game, so definitely check it out. At any case, this John fight is, of course, very hard and very important.
See if she cooperates. If you do want to join the Speedrun Discord, navigate to speedrun.com, go to any of the 4 games, Bayonetta 1, 2, 3, or Bayonetta Origins, click on that Discord icon, and you'll be brought to the Discord. At which time, Umber and Spear, Kilgore, we hit threshold with this weave right here. This fight's going really well so far. Let's see if we can keep it up. AI manipulation. Ooh, I was not ready. I wasn't ready.
John is quite challenging here.
There you go. That's a very hard fight. Yeah, manipulation. Shoot a bullet at her. Panther? Nah. Getting far enough away. Wow. Getting far enough away from her, she launches a Wicked Weave or goes into Panther form. At which time, Umber and Spear, Kilgore to the face. Panther, thank you. Now she's cooperating. Do one more time.
Worth pointing out, this was brought up at the very beginning, but John, who Witch Reclaimer is playing as in the Bayonetta speedrun, only gets Witch Time off of basically a perfect dodge.
Yeah.
So
fraction of a second.
Yeah, so having to bait Witch Time in this category is actually very, 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 very difficult compared to playing as a standard Bayonetta run. So when he's saying he has to get Witch Time, that is not a guaranteed thing. He has to basically take damage and dodge basically at the exact same interval. So you have to basically have the enemy throw themselves at you, and then you have to have the timing down. So there's a lot of precision required.
There's a mixture of utilizing Selena's Light, which is the accessory we just equipped. It gives us full duration Witch Time if we have at least 4 magic. And I try to bait out the attacks for John that have a low amount of hits done, so she doesn't knock me away really far. so I can get full duration Kilgore and just take out a health bar, go into the next phase. So this section right here, Tower to Truth, is just a rehash montage of everything you've seen so far. So that's a really good time for donations.
Sure thing. We have $25 from Snoop J that says, who needs a jet when you're as fast as a Jean? Insane run. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you
Keep
so
them
much.
coming.
And $25 from John that says, this Bayonetta run is truly amazing, and I love watching this event every year with my bestie. Let's dance, boys.
Let's dance, boys. I'm glad someone said it. Heck yeah.
We have $50 from Bulbazak with no message. Thank you, Bulbazak. Woo. And $250
Wow.
from Ninjara. Hi all, I'm so excited to see AGDQ up again. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year, and I can't wait to go in person in the future. Shoutouts to the tech crew for an amazing event. Keep it up, folks.
Wow, thank you so much for that donation.
And $25 from Anonymous. Thank you all so much
nice
for
choice.
putting this amazing event together. Love the passion that's been brought into this every year for such a great cause.
Wow, thank you so much. Great donations. I just want to point out, by the way, that we are in the building that we saw in the background in the Isla del Sol. So this is the Ithaval building, just to give some story context. Our antagonist, we actually, even Bayonetta doesn't know the exact full story, but basically our antagonist is placed at the top of the Ithaval building. So this is literally a climb. You can't call it a boss rush, but it is. Well, coming up it kind of is, but it's basically a fight rush to the finish. And we're about to fight a mini version of Temperance coming up here, as a spoiler alert.
Animation evade there, preserving momentum with that angel weapon pickup. Okay. Go ahead and launch a Tetsuzanko there. Go ahead and get on this turret. And there's a precise rhythm here. If I continuously pummel Temperance in the face, he does a stagger animation. And as we get into that second health bar, very specific thing I have to do as soon as he staggers here, I jump off the gun, I'll taunt him, I get more magic. I'm using Tetsuzankos from that far away. He didn't stagger, okay. I'm gonna take damage here, it's okay. Taunt him again. Twice, should stagger him. We wait for the noodles to do a little loop animation, get back on the gun. If we stay on this gun while he's on this second HP bar, he will try to punch the gun that we're on, which pretty big time loss there. But by using Tetsuzankos and jumping off and on the gun repeatedly, we get to consistently deal damage.
Yeah, I think I really like that fight because I think it really highlights how crazy lock-on and weaves can go, where you can just basically fire a weave across the entire world as long as you're locked onto your target.
Shiraba can do anything. Ooh. Activate a red here, Panther jump evade, get in the right spot, perfectly lined up in the center.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Jump on the hairline. Ooh, didn't get it. It's fine. I can still skip a little bit of it with the Panther evades. No big deal. And we're not in serious mode or anything, so these are just standard attacks. No wicked leaves.
I will say, in this particular cutscene, you see how ridiculous Kilgore looks with the bazookas on her legs.
Up
You can
to
like
her-
see, you can just see how ridiculous
hips.
this game is. Where it's just like, oh, because like most of it is like, oh yeah, she has little like, I mean, it's still cool, but she's like, oh, like pistols on her feet, and now it's like, no, she has, they're rocket launchers. They are rocket launchers. Do not be fooled.
We have a statue in the center.
Oh, nice. Good movement.
All right, lock on. I use this weapon from the last fight. Get some good damage down. Bam. All right.
To remind people, this is one where the climax is in so long, it's better to actually kill it thrice to get the instant verse ending here.
We finish
that-
it with a punch,
yeah.
punch, kick, punch with Shiraba. Okay, go for something very cheeky here. We got it. I drop a Durga Bomb. Sapientia, during this animation, eats a free hit. Using that explosion behind me, it actually puts me further into Sapientia. So even though I looked really far away, I'm right on top of him.
If you ever see Reclaimer become a crow, it means he was. It means something got slightly messed up. But the fact that he's only been crow, what, maybe twice this entire run, maybe even once. I mean, it just shows how consistent it is.
Okay, I'm gonna say something that makes no sense. Just trust me. 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 1. Ooh, see?
Yeah.
1 2 1 1 2, and then now this is a even platform. If you use a certain cadence to enter Panther form on a slope, 1 2 1, it takes 2 evades to go into Panther form. I'm using the evade out of Panther to be the first evade to get back into Panther form. That timing is super precise, crazy rhythmic, and I am calculating the steepness of the slope to try to time getting back into Panther form again.
But I think up that slope, you could see how fast he was moving, right? You could see how fast he was somersaulting forward. Again, that's not what a normal somersault does. Like, he's actually storing momentum, and he's using that to, like, propel him forward.
Normally, you would just evade
Right,
and then
exactly.
stand still. All right, we have Baldur. He
This is the Lumen
last
Sage.
remaining Lumen Sage. A little bit of AI manipulation here, see if we can get it pulled back via right. Thank you.
This is the massive damage. You
Yep, we have the Kilgore exploit. 1 phase down. Thank you, Celine's Light, and thank you, AI manipulation. That allows me to get full duration witch time. Go ahead and button mash here.
As always, remember, when he's doing the Kilgore glitch, what you want to look at is when he's doing those rapid kicks, you want to be looking in the bottom right and seeing that health bar evaporate. Like, that's, again, non-standard, as you can imagine.
And you'll see in the bottom left, I switch my weapon set. That is what allows that attack to do so much damage. Okay. Strafe left. That's okay. Pull back. Strafe left. Beautiful. 2 out of 3 phases down. Okay. I'm going to go for 2,900 here.
2,900, everybody.
2,900. That is
Get
my
ready.
record. I've never hit 3,000.
Maybe.
We summon Skolopendra. And Baldur is so, so powerful. Okay.
All right, 2,900. Oh, that's
28.
hard. 28 is still fantastic, by the way. That was very good.
What is 670 divided by 5?
A large number. that's how many. 670 divided by 5. Someone in chat can do that. That's how many times he pressed A.
Yeah, that's how many times I pressed that quick time event prompt.
670 divided by 5. It's like it's 100 something by clearly because 500 is 100. So
134.
Yeah, so that was he pressed A.
This is motion controls right here. We're guiding the bullet, trying to evade the broken glass from Baldur's monocle. Hey Baldur, I have a question for you. What is your favorite month? Thank you.
May. Very nice.
That was a really good Lumen Sage.
That was a really good Lumen Sage, by the way. Yeah. So that's the Lumen. So that's chapter 13. Sorry, 16. Yeah. It's been a long day.
Math is hard. I can't do that. I refuse.
Roman numerals? What are those?
Not just math.
Oh,
I don't agree with it. It's not for me. Okay, we're gonna be moving on to the last chapter of the game, Requiem. So funny story, it is impossible to do a run as only Bayonetta. During this section, you are forced to play Jean. I skipped all the cutscenes. I'm so sorry. You have no idea what's happening. Just know we are leaving Earth on a rocket with that statue atop of it as we went up the Tower to Truth. This is that tower. It was a big rocket silo. So here we are playing as Jean. By default, Baldur has trapped Bayonetta into one of the eyes of that statue. That statue is for Jubileus. We're effectively trying to prevent the rapture. The Lumen Sages have a deity called Jubileus, and they have tried to bring her back with control of her. Baldur as the right eye, and Bayonetta as the left eye. Lumen Sage and Umbran Witch controlling Jubileus. So here we are as Jean. Jean has been under mind control this whole time, which is why we've been fighting her so many times. Bayonetta and Jean are the last remaining Umbra Witches from the witch trials that took place 500 years ago. So this theme we hear in the background is such a special piece. Bayonetta and Jean have been childhood friends. They love each other so, so dearly that Jean will do anything that it takes to save Cereza. Bayonetta. Whoa. Stuck in terrain here. Go ahead and ledge grab that.
Nice backup.
Yeah. So this theme is called Friend.
Very, very, very touching, honestly.
Jean and Bayonetta 1 is just by far my favorite iteration of Luca as well.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely love Jean's costume design, her motives, everything. I love her so much.
Yeah, John's great.
Okay, we're moving into the fight with Jubileus. Kilgore on my feet. I'm doing a lock-on backwards kick, which launches a rocket weave up to Jubileus' face, all the way up there. We are able to get consistent damage down on this boss because of that. Using Panther form, getting uppercuts. There we go. That is phase 1. Jubileus. She controls elements, so here we are on the fire phase. We're gonna hit 4 hair tendrils. Wait for that fire geyser. Come over here, lock onto that one. Punch, kick, punch from far away. Shuraba in hand. The sword is the best weapon in the game, I swear. Weapon swap on that uppercut. Kilgore time. Look at our magic in the top left. That's actually really helpful because we will be using a Tetsusanko here.
Those 4 bars.
4 little beads.
Beads, yeah.
Ice phase. You can die if you get hit by anything here. It's really scary. Safety and vulnerability right here. Lock onto that. Tetsusanko because I have 3 magic for it. Fall, and that deals damage to the last one. I'm doing a weapon swap during that uppercut there too. So I don't have to waste time on that animation right here.
All right.
We have the last of the elemental phases.
Yeah.
Thunder, lightning, wind.
Sometimes I call it storm phase for fun because it's kind of like wind and lightning together.
So see with my uppercuts, because I'm in serious mode, which launches a Wicked Weed every time I attacks, I get to autonomously launch that Wicked Weave and just go somewhere else. I know that that uppercut will finish the animation. I lock on right there with the Tetsusanko to finish that last one. We're getting up to the end of this boss fight very, very soon. And here comes the RNG.
Yeah, the next phase is going to be interesting.
Yeah, completely random what it actually does. We're hoping she doesn't do a black hole punch, so we can't really deal meaningful damage there. Get to her face faster. I'm so lucky.
Nice, very good.
During this attack where she's trying to punch me, I get to keep hitting her for free. Run to her face. More uppercuts. Turn to me. Frisbee's a pretty good one. I have to juke these frisbees. Make sure it doesn't fall and hit me in the head. Ah, got me. That's okay. We turn into Little Jean, and she has her cute little kitty, Charles. All right, I get witch time right here. Ooh, that's okay. Thank you, Kilgore on feet. Ah, black hole punch.
Yeah. It was treating you so nicely, it had to be a little mean.
That's okay. I can stand above that. keeps changing her orientation, which, all right, beautiful.
It actually was a favorable orientation change, but it can always be weird.
It'll do a mid uppercut. It's like an upward uppercut, but like a kick. All right, activate Invulnerability Lollipop. I'll give you a good view of what's actually happening. You see the kick weaves from Kilgore on feet, hitting Jubileus. We're reaching the end of the fight here, but not the end of the run. We still have quite a bit of time. Climax. So, here we are. What can you kill Jubileus with?
Well, it's
The deity of the Lumen? Jean and Bayonetta used their hair as a conduit to summon the Queen of the Underworld.
Yes.
Queen Sheba in all her glory.
Very cinematic. Heck yeah. And we give her a good whack.
All of her grace and glory.
Infiniton, limit exceeded. Big bang bonus.
So she's going to punch Jubileus' soul out of the statue that she's animating right there. And here we are at the end of the Milky Way. We are launching her soul into the sun. Also, fun fact here, if you have an invulnerability item, you can activate it and phase through the planets. Don't know why, but if you hit any of these planets, it's a game over and you have to restart from the beginning of the sequence right here.
Yeah, it is very important that you don't hit any of these planets.
Another fun fact, you can actually use your mouse to assist in moving faster. I'll demonstrate that right here.
Oh wow, that actually does make a considerable difference.
If you're struggling on the hardest difficulty, NSIC, Nonstop Infinite Climax, this is actually kind of helpful.
Good to know. The PC version, especially of all the different versions of Bayonetta, that the PC version is very superior. Also, because you do have like those kind of extra like computer options, like you can mash with with the keyboard and the controller, and do this other stuff. And it's just these small things that also make a quality of life obviously a lot greater.
As for the speedrun, we have really good accessibility options. We have what is called a load time remover. So if your computer's slower and takes longer to load, that isn't calculated in your speedrun time. The game actually speeds up, fun fact, to 63 FPS, meaning the game runs 5% faster if you leave it on for so long. So we have a frame limiter. So everyone is stuck at 60 FPS as accessible and fair as possible.
Yeah, no, it's a great system that we were able to come up with to make sure that everyone, even if they're not playing on like the perfect laptop, the perfect PC, has a pretty good shot at having a fair shot at having good load and move times.
Yeah, and this game is really well optimized.
So we've beaten the main boss, but time is not quite yet. In the Bayonetta series, there's usually a couple verses that continue on into the credits. So even though this is the credit, it actually is still part of the speedrun, funnily enough. There is some gameplay elements in there, and so we're going to let... so time is certainly coming up, but not quite yet. There's some verses we have to get.
We'll have 3 fights. At the end of the 3rd fight, it'll be a large beloved. We kill him, then it is time. But during this time, the first 2 fights, we can't make them faster or slower. It doesn't speed anything up or slow anything down. I'm going to go ahead and give my shout-outs now.
Yeah.
Thank you once again, Gallus Arena. You are the reason why I'm here today. You're the reason why I have this hobby, speedrunning. Like I said, I was playing a casual playthrough of Bayonetta. I never thought about speedrunning. And then I was like, wait, I can just do this.
Yeah, for real. No, it's...
And she was so helpful with all of her guides and resources that she created for new runners just as myself. I am trying my best to be as good as she is for the Bayonetta community.
You're doing great, man. Let me tell you.
Thank you. And then we also have someone who's just amazing. Ace Chrono, we've mentioned him.
Yeah.
He speedruns Bayonetta 1, 2, 3, world record holder in all those games in some capacity. He, like I said, he just PB'd today. I was watching this run this morning in bed as I was getting ready. He is the Bayonetta GOAT.
Yeah.
He is why this run looks so cracked and optimized with the economy routing. Like, he's done so much. Just massive shout out to him.
Yeah. If you're running any of the Bayonetta games, you're not going to go far without hearing his name, for sure. He's a tour de force. it's hard for me to give all the shout outs to all the people, but there's been a lot of people who've come and gone throughout the Bayonetta community, but I do think there's a lot of people. There's a variety pack. There's it's hard to shout out Reclaimer when he's here when I've been shouting his praises, but Reclaimer came in and did a lot of stuff. And obviously Ace and others, and it's certainly a niche game, but I do think that the people who have come in have been able to do so much, and it really goes to show that even a small group of people can really push a game to its limits. So that's always very exciting.
Okay, here we have the last fight. When I kill the beloved, it'll be time.
Yeah, time. Get ready.
Okay, right here. As soon as his health bar on the bottom right. It's dead. He's gone. Runs over.
And
dead.
time.
Time.
Let's see. That's a 135-12 RTA. That is quite good.
That's a really good run, especially with the cutscenes as part of that.
Oh yeah. No, I mean So keep in mind. Because world record is 129 load removed? Is that right?
It's 129.19.
Yeah, and that's
I got
load
that 3
removed.
months ago.
Yeah, and that's load removed. So, and this is with other cutscenes and other fun stuff. So I would say this certainly is an amazing showcase of what's possible in the Bayonetta West Meet.
If you are trying to learn the run, I play as a character John, who is different than Bayonetta, but this run is actually a really good resource with all the commentary and everything. I'll skip the song because it's DMCA. I'm so sorry. But that'll be it for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you so much to GDQ.
Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Don't forget the AGDQ bundle that has Bayonetta as one of the games.
Yeah.
Included raising funds benefiting the Prevent Cancer Foundation.
Yeah.
That's why we're here today.
Check out this game. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for this opportunity. I love Bayonetta so much. So I'm glad to be able to show this with you.
That was fantastic, Reclaimer. Thank you so